So if you have problem downloading the file, please raise your hand. The TA will go help you. Okay. Okay, so the very first thing we want to do today is to team up, okay? uh, according to the course selection system, we have 18 students in this class, okay? So far, I think most of the students is already in the classroom. So I want you to team up with like, since we have like 18 students, if we split into a team of 3, we will have 16. But I think 3 people is too, it's not large enough. I would say that a team of 4 is better, right? So you can actually try to team up with 4 or 5 person per team, okay? Basically we'll divide it into 4 teams, okay? So each team should have 4 or 5 members within a team, okay? So can you start doing the teaming right now? Spend like 5-10 minutes, do the team up, and then you can sit together with your every team. We want to sit together because today we will do some team activities. So I would like you guys to team up first. Do your team up and sit with your teammate together, right? So I'll give you like 5-10 minutes to do so. Try to sit up front and then sit with your teammate. We are doing team up, so you need to find a team, okay? A team of 4 or 5 person. Team up, all right?
We're good.
Good. So which team is already If you are ready, please stand up, right? So this team is ready, right? How many people do you have? You have 4%, right? So you are team 1, okay? So how about this? You only have 3 members?
We have 4, but she's on the way. But she's on the team.
Okay. So you have 4 people,
Yeah.
right? So this is team 2, right? Also have 4 members, okay? Where is team 3? How many people do you have? 5 people? So team 3 is here, right? And for the rest of them, you are team 4, okay? You have 4 people, right? Okay. So now I have team 1, team 2, team 3 there, right? And we have team 4, okay? So as I mentioned, this collaborative learning is very important. And starting this week, we will start to give you a lot of code, a lot of data, and you also have some work assignments, right? So try to do the homework, even if that was a personal team homework. I will think that for the beginner, you go together and do your homework together. It's actually will make it a lot easier, right? It will make it a lot easier for you to for beginner to start to get familiar with this language faster, right? Okay. The second thing I want to make sure is last week's homework assignment. Let me check. Here we have no, not this one. So I see actually I only see 13% finish your homework. So some people has not done the homework last week, right? So what is the problem?
Sorry, Professor, I've only been added to the classroom because I'm not on the list.
Oh, okay, it's not the list yet.
I've only been added to the class now.
You need to add into the.
Yeah, because I only have the basic version of this, so I will only be able to do 15% of my homework.
I see. So some people still do not have the data cam, free data cam access yet, right? For those people who do not have the free data cam, you go to TA, okay, and then give them your data cam account, and the TA will help you to catch up with that, okay? So that is the second thing. Anyone else? I only see 13 people here, right? So there are 5 persons who do not submit your certificate yet, right? So who do not finish this? Yes.
I think I didn't download it and
You do not download what?
I do it but I didn't have it out.
Oh, you just do not upload it
Yeah.
to the folder.
Yes.
Yeah, please do it now.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Let's do it now. Yeah. So try to finish your homework, right? This is important, okay? And whenever you run into problem, right? For example, that you cannot access the data chem class, like write email to me, write email to the TA, they will kind of like solve your problem immediately. Okay. So, is there any problem, any particular problem that you want to discuss in the homework last week? Anything? Well, just try to, this is unit 2, right? So I will actually try to give you some kind of like, last week you already learned some basic about R, right? And I would like to like kind of like give you some hand-on exercise based on the R basic syntax. We want to do something, right? Okay. So this is the game plan today. First of all, kind of like give you a kind of a review about what we have learned the last week, and then we will start with today's course. Like today's course, I would like to do it like this, right? First of all, I want to give you some basic programming tips. Okay. I know that if you do the data chem homework, you should already get familiar with the with some programming, right? And you know that programming is actually the R programming is you are actually doing some expression, right? Okay, and you can use this expression to define new object or actually update existing object, right? And you see that the data object has many different data types, right? And you will already see that the data can be organized in different data structures. See, right? You have learned what is vector, what is matrix, what is data frame and list with some real example, right? So you already have some basic understanding about the data type, data structure. You need to you learn to do some kind of like computation, right? By using expression composed of data object, composed of arithmetic operators, and also composed of function calls, right? See? Because expression only have three things inside the expression, right? As I mentioned last week, what we mean by expression is actually consists of three things, okay? Expression consists of three things. The first thing is data object, the second thing is the operator, and the third thing is function call, right? So you already have some basic idea about what is object, what is operator, what is function call, how to compose an expression by these three type of things, and then you can define data object or update data object, and you can do something about R, right? That's what our last week, what you have learned in your homework, right? So first of all, I want to know that if you run into any problem that you would like to discuss in your, any difficulty? So far so good, right? So programming is not that difficult, right? Okay, so, but starting from today, I would like to give you more programming, the important thing that is not covered in data chem class. Okay, and then I, if time is allowed, I will give you a interesting data set which is the comic books data. There's a comic book company called let me see. Let's see. Open. So today I will try to do 3 things. I will try to use a data set of Marvel comic characters, right? Try to we have a data frame of this comic book characters, and then we'll try to do something with that with this data set. Try to have some fun, right? So actually, doing programming is fun, right? That's the thing that I would like to try to get you into this kind of atmosphere, that programming is not just like work. A lot of things that programming can do, as long as you have the data, you can do a lot of fun. Okay, right? So, but before that, we will try to do some explanation and do some enhancement on the basic syntax of R, the basic important things of R, right? So the game plan today is like this. Okay. This is today, right? We are unit 2, and first of all, I want to do some explanation. I will elaborate on operators and functions, the vector operation, and also function call, right? Do a simple explanation about that. And the second thing is I want to explain the indexing. You should already use index, right? You use the square basket, right? To select, to extract part of the elements inside a data structure, right? For example, you want to have you have a vector, and you want to have the first and the second element out of the vector, right? You use this angle basket, right? I'll do some more explanation, kind of like a systematic explanation on 3 things first. First thing is the vector operation, right? And the second thing is like function call. The third thing is indexing. Okay, I try to do this like a more systematic way because you already have some experience in doing this in the data camp exercise. Okay, I just want to there are some basic important concepts that you need to know. I try to emphasize on some of the important concepts about these 3 things. That's the first thing I want to do, right? The second thing I want to do is, like I told you, I want to give you a comics data set, and we want to have some fun, and there will be some group competitions, okay? And we'll use Kahoot. Do you know what is Kahoot? Yeah, we'll use Kahoot, so you can do some group competition about this data set, right? That's the 3 things that we want to do. But before doing that, I want to make sure that you already have your data, you have your R and your RStudio installed in your computer, right? Everyone, right? Everyone already have the R and RStudio installed in your computer, isn't it? Okay, that's good. So if you have your RStudio installed, you should be able to let me turn this down so you can sing with me, okay? Well, if you turn on RStudio, you should see something like this in your screen, right? Anyone? Does anyone cannot get here? You kind of like turn on your RStudio. You actually go to here, right? So anyone can go here, right? Anyone has problem, please raise your hand. Tia can go help you, okay? You can go here, right? No problem. Oh, that's fine. Okay, it's very good. See, don't hesitate, right? If you have any problem, that's why we have so many TA here in this class, right? If you run into problem anytime, just raise your hand and TA go help you. Okay. Now, we need to go to the folder that I told you, right? You already from the unit front page, from this unit page, okay. We are in unit 2, right? So we already download the code, and we already download the PowerPoint, right? Okay. And I told you that the code should be downloaded into your local computer's C and then IB533 and then code, right? See, so under your C IB533 codes, you should already have the code today, right? Okay. So first thing you want to do in this RStudio is like, you can see that there are 3 points here, right? Okay, so you can press the 3 point, and then you can start looking for the folder, because we put it in the C drive, and also IB533, and then codes. See, and then you can select cell 2, okay, and then you press open. Then you go to this C IB533 code and 02R basics. Do you hear? Can you get here? Anyone need help? No problem, right? No problem, right? So first thing, we find the data and we find the code that we want to use today. See? Starting this week, this is the way that we doing our course, right? Every week we will have a unit front page, and from this unit front page you can download the material into your local computer, and then you open your RStudio, right? And go to the local folder, right? And then the first thing you want to do here is that you see a gear here, right? So push it and set it as working directory. This is very important because you need to tell RStudio that you are working on this folder. Okay. See? So go to IB533 code 02R basics, and then set it as working directory. Does anyone follow me? Okay. Okay. So so you can see the data a figure, and then also a lot of file, right? Okay. You'll see, like, actually you can see two kind of file. The first kind of file is called RMD file. Okay. Today we have 3 RMD file. That's what we call R notebook or R markdown file. Okay. This R markdown is HTML R markdown file, right? And associated with each of these RMD file, there is an HTML file. You see that? Okay. Okay. So if you click on the HTML file, there were two options. First thing is open in editor. You don't want to do that. we want to build it in web browser, okay? So associate with each of this R notebook file, R Markdown file, there is an HTML file. Now, first of all, let's take a look at this HTML file first, okay? If you do that, you will see something like this, okay? You can see this, right? Just, okay. You follow me? Okay. So this is this is how I arrange my teaching material. Okay. So in every unit we have some kind of like HTML file. The first thing I want to explain is vector and operators, right? See? And you have some code, you have some R code, and you also have some explanation between the codes. You will see the code, the result of the output of the code, and you will also see some annotation. You will see some explanation along with the code, right? So in this RMD file, if you open that, okay, actually you will see pretty complex things. It's not that like a simple R program file, right? You will see a lot of like annotation. You will see a lot of boxes inside the RMD, right? But don't worry about that. You only need to notice this gray code chunks. Okay, so outside the code chunk, they are not our program. Okay, outside the code chunk, they are simply the nodes that I write for you, right? So you can like follow the code easier, okay? So what you need to put focus on is on the code, okay? And this code is in the RStudio code chunk area, thing like that, okay? So you don't have to worry about the anything outside of this gray code chunks. Yeah, only the thing that within the code chunks is the R code. Anything outside of it is just like the annotation, right? Just the notes. And this markdown file you can like treat like a notebook, right? So during our course, if you have some note that you want to write down for yourself, you can type anything you want, right? Say tech note, and sorry. And then you can write whatever you want to write, right? Okay? So this is kind of like a notebook with code together, okay? And after you write down your note, you can do a knit operation, right? Okay? And if you do a knit operation, you will create a HTML file, okay? The HTML file will look like this, okay? For example, if you do some note here, first note. And then you can press the here, there's the knit button, right? Okay. So try this, right? To make sure that your environment is working well, you actually can press the knit button. And when you press the knit button, in this panel you will see something is running, and then you will see a HTML file. Can you do that? Try to push the knit button. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
It seems like we need to install some package.
Yeah. If you see that you need to install a package, just press the install. Okay? If you see something like this, right? I believe that you are seeing something like you are seeing something like this, right? Yeah. If you see something like this, press install. Just press install. Okay. Okay. So can you use this knit function to knit HTML file? Can you? Okay. So if you cannot do that, like just raise your hand and TA will go help you. Okay. Anyone else need help? You can also come to me because we have only 3 TA. So if you need help, you can come to me. Yeah. I think the first hour we just like try to help you do that. Okay. You should install the first, right?
他刚刚已经跑了一次。
Okay. 好像 install 不起来耶。你现在有连在 Internet 上面吗？
有。
try. Oh, okay.
他好像说是要载什么R源，可是R源那个我有下载。
No problem. Let me see. 看起来好像。有了吗？哦，
这样是对的吗？
这样是对的。
OK，
好，这样就可以了。好
，OK， 谢谢老师，谢谢。
Does anyone still have problem? Can come to me, okay? The problem fixed yet? Okay now? Huh? Oh. Okay, I think most people already have your problem fixed, right? "套件的版本问题，我看看吗？哦，他是用学校的电脑吗？他没有自己的 notebook 吗？啊？Oh, you need to bring your notebook here, otherwise you have problem. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. And if you still have problem, we can like work with the problem during the break time, right? I think most of the problem already can follow me. Okay, right? So when you are in this Markdown file, usually you will see a header, right? Don't worry about that. Don't change it, right? Don't touch it. And usually the first code chunk is actually just help you to set the format, and also if there are some uninstalled package, it will help you install the package, right? So you just run it. Okay. If you already have all of the package installed, you would just like run it very quickly. Okay. You should not see any error. And then we go to the thing. This is the first code chunk, right? So you can press the first code chunk, and you can see a line of R code here, right? This is the expression, isn't it? Right? So you can press this button to run this code chunk. Okay? There's a button here. You can press this to run this code chunk. Okay? So, and this is the result, right, of vector arithmetics, isn't it? Right? A vector times another vector is actually like element-wise production, right? So this is 1 times 1 equal to 1, 2 times 10 equals 20, right? 3 times 100 and 4 times, okay? So in case you only want to evaluate part of the code chunk, you actually can select this part of the code chunk and press Control Enter in Windows or Command Enter in Mac. Okay. So for example, if I select this part of the expression and I press Control Enter, you see that it will actually because this C is the function code, right, to create a vector, isn't it, right? So if you select this part, you only want to evaluate this part, you can like select it and then use Control Enter or Command Enter. This is quite handy, right? Especially when you doing the debugging, right? If you want to run the entire code chunk, you actually can like you can do it two ways. The first thing is just place the cursor on a single line, and then you press Control Enter or Command Enter. You actually would run the line, only the line. If you want to run the entire code chunk, you can press this button, okay? And then you would actually run the entire code chunk and set the result here. Okay? So anyone can follow me, right? Any problem? Okay. So this is the basic thing that we want to do. Okay, the basic way that we want to use the R notebook. And R notebook is basically all of my teaching material is in this format. And this is the way to use the notebook. Got it? So you need to bring your notebook every week here, okay? Okay, so we have some preparation done, and but it's already 9:56. Okay, so let's do some basic thing, and then we can. I really like to save more time for the comics data set, so start to get some fun, right? Okay, so for this notebook, I would kind of like use this HTML format to do the explanation, right? So the first thing I would like to elaborate this week is actually vectors and vector operations. Okay. You should already learn a lot about vector in the data chem exercise last week, right? So the vector operation is kind of like element-wise. If you do a mathematical operation on vector, it's kind of like element-wise, right? It's like 1 times 1, 2 times 10, 3 times 30, 100, and 4 times. But sometimes you will do this, right? You will have a vector, and actually you have a single value in the other side, right? What's gonna happen is, yes?
Would that be a simple matrix?
Sorry?
Would that be a simple matrix?
Metric?
Matrix. M-A-T-R-I-X.
Matrix?
Oh.
Matrix is actually two-dimensional, isn't it? A vector is one-dimensional. It's like vector single, like a series of values, right? That is a vector, okay? And when you say matrix, usually we are talking about like a two-dimensional things, right? So its data structure is different, right? You got it? Okay. So when you have a vector and you can like time it or divide it with a single value, and what's gonna happen is like this single value is going to operate on each of this element, right? So everyone is divided by 10, isn't it, right? And sometimes there are two vectors. The first vector is length 4, and the second vector is only have length 2. What's gonna happen then? Okay, when a vector is short and the other vector is longer, right? The shorter vector are repeated silently, okay? So what's gonna happen is this 100 is divided by 10, 200 is divided by 20, and the 300, because this it's already run out of the second vector, right? So it will repeat it. So this 300 will be divided by 10 again, and the 400 will divide it by 20 again. Okay? So 300 divided by 10 is 30, right? And 400 divided by 20 is 20, isn't it? You see the point? When you have two vectors, and a vector is longer, the other vector is shorter, right? In R, this is legal, okay? And what it cope with this situation is like, it will repeat the shorter vector silently, okay? So if you write something like this is 10 to 80 and plus 1, 2, 3. What's gonna happen is 10 plus 1, 20 plus 2, 30 plus 3, and 40 plus 1 again, and 50 is plus 2 again, and 60 is plus 3 again. Okay? See? And then 70 plus 1 again, 80 plus 2 again. Okay? That's what R is gonna do. If you have like two vectors of different lengths, they can still do the mathematics, okay? And it would give you the output silently, right? It actually, in the real situation, you should not do that, right? Okay, right? It's but in R, it's allowed it. Okay, so you need to be careful, right? Okay, right. Sometimes it's like you make some mistake, right? So, but R will still give you an answer, okay? So you need to check. R is actually it gives you a lot of flexibility. It gives you a lot of convenience, right? But sometimes this convenience is easy to make mistake, right? So when doing R, the third thing that we need to that we need to take care is that you actually need to see the output of every comment that you type in, right? That's why we call it R. It's the interactive computational environment, right? It's not like you write a lot of program and then run the program, okay? It's kind of like you type in every line of code and you want to check the results, okay? And it tend to not like the other. If you do Python and you are doing something like this, you will get an error message. Okay, in R it won't. It will try to give you the answer. Okay, but you need to be careful. Sometimes the answer does not make sense, right? Okay, and this is the first thing, the first concept that I would like to explain to you this week. Okay, this is let's take a 10 minutes break, right? And continue our course in 10 after 10. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have some problem in using this notebook or using RStudio, go to TA or go to me. Okay, we can solve the problem. Okay. And TA, please kind of write down their group. Okay, just 把他们的分组状况。
他们会需要组长吗？
应该不需要组长之类的，不过就是。
我想说他们名单帮我放脸书上面，我有开一个。
名单放脸书上也可以啊，也可以啊。
我已经开那个贴文，然后请他们。
OK， 我看跟他们announce一下。OK， TA already send a note in our Facebook group, right? So please go there and register your team setup, right? Register your team members, please. What's the problem? You press what button?
That's all I know.
It looks like your RStudio or R is not like installed well, right? That's what happened, yeah. Section 4. Yeah, this I don't know what happened. It's like you need to install again, I think.
重新卸载再download，我觉得可能比较快。
我下载了两次。
Let me see.
因为我看他感觉都很正常，他就是设定路径那边不行。
设定路径。
对，他在这边设定工作目录的时候就会出现 error。
你的档案有解压缩吗？有可能是因为没有解压缩，有可能。
没有解什么？
就是你把老师download下来的档案，你有把它解压缩？
有啊有啊。set 的。对啊，我觉得你的 RStudio 好像是。或者是你的 R 是有问题，比较像是 RStudio 有问题。Can we run R? I am not familiar with come your R is like kind of like using Japanese? You're not Japanese, right?
Right.
You're Taiwanese?
Yes.
Yeah. So why you why you have R like kind of like it kind of like I would really suggest you yeah uninstall and install again. Yeah, you have to have her do that.
好，我再帮他看一下。
Okay, okay. I think you need to do it's very wrong. It's, there's no easy fix, I guess. 啊，那你分做组吗？
还没，
还没分组？
还没分。
刚刚我们已经分组了。
不是这场，不是这场。礼拜五的。
哦，礼拜哦，你是明天的。
对
OK, I see, I see.
好，我们明天见。
好。他好像，我觉得他的 R 跟 R Studio 都没有装对，是不是版本有问题还是怎么样？反正感觉就是。
对，感觉是系统本身的问题。
对，就是我觉得他连 R run 起来都怪怪的这样。但 R 不知道为什么会是日本版的 R， 然后就 R Studio 根本就 run 不起来的那种样子。